We're here outside the CTIA talking to Hans Lutemegger from Verizon about Verizon's hurricane preparedness for this season. Hi Hans.
Hey Dan, how you doing?
Good, thanks. So we're looking at like your kind of massive cell site on a truck, which is intended to kind of help disaster preparedness, disaster recovery efforts. Can you explain a little about what it is and how it works?
Sure, I can. It's an integral piece of our disaster recovery program. The Colt, which we call Cell on a Light Truck, is one of our vehicles that we use that can help restore service or provide extra coverage and capacity in the case of a disaster. It's fully contained, custom built and designed for Verizon Wireless. It includes cell equipment for voice, our 3G data network, our 4G data network. It has 2 towers that can be extended up to 60 feet to hang antennas or microwave, depending on how we want to connect. It has a diesel generator, which you can hear in the background, which can run for 3 days off of the fuel tanks on the vehicle. It also has fully redundant air conditioning units on the back. So it's really a whole cell site that we can roll into place, and within a few hours, we can make improvements to service or the capacity in case there's some kind of a disaster.
Okay, so I mean, when you're looking at this kind of truck, I mean, what kind of range does it have, and how would you deploy it in, say, a theoretical kind of disaster situation?
Great question. So we would be able to pull it into the location where there is the the most amount of traffic. We try to get as close to the traffic as possible. It tends to cover 2 to 3 miles in range, depends on the terrain. Then we can bring it in, set it up depending on how we can connect back to our network, either using microwave or if there's some type of fiber available, we can actually tap into an existing fiber run. Then within a few hours, we can have the antennas wired up on the pole, generators running, cell site configured, and we can provide service, both voice, 3G data, and 4G LTE data to our customers very quickly.
So how many of these do you have?
I have about 100 across Verizon Wireless, and we also supplement that. They're different configurations, but we also supplement that with a large number of portable generators in case there are just power outage problems. So it's all part of our disaster recovery program across Verizon Wireless.
And you've been using these for a number of years in actual kind of unfortunate real life situations as well.
Absolutely. I mean, we started off with just kind of simple ones, but over the years we've learned what we need to do to make them better, to make them faster, more reliable. And this is kind of like a modern version of what we've come through many years of putting it together. Very custom made for specifically this application. It gets deployed on a regular basis to help a number of different disaster situations.
So obviously we're here in New Orleans. Were these deployed during Katrina?
Yeah, absolutely. We had about 30 of these deployed in Katrina to help bring the service back after the floods that we had.
Right, okay. And you mentioned that it had kind of 4G LTE on there. Are all the trucks being upgraded with that now?
We're right in the process of upgrading all of our disaster recovery vehicles to 4G. We now cover 2/3 of the United States population with 4G, and a lot of our customers have 4G phones.
Right.
They'll all work on 3G, but to get that extra capacity and the extra speed, the internet's become so important in the times of disaster where people want to be able to communicate with their family via Facebook or some other type of social media. It's critical that we get that service to those customers and the first responders who are using more and more internet access also.
Okay, well, thank you so much for talking to us about this important issue.
Thank you, Dan.